Much of Britain was conquered by the Romans after 43 AD. Before that, the island of Britain was known as a mystical, almost ethereal place by the mainland Europeans. Today, we're going to try and maintain that reputation in Imperial Rome and stop the conquest of Britain by conquering it ourselves. But we're the good guys. We've got a wonderfully immersive mission tree that's going to take us from a collection of loose huts into a nation-state building kind of people, and then we are going to form the nation of Britannia. Welcome to the Iceni tribe, a famous tribe in Britain, if you didn't know. Today we are going to be playing as them, attempting to form Britannia in Imperial Rome. I still play Imperial Rome. People think I forgot. People think I don't care about Imperial Rome. I love Imperial Rome, and I do play it. So I'm going to sprinkle in some historical facts throughout as we attempt to form the Iceni into a more centralized state. The Iceni tribe, whose name, or Iceni, I guess, whose name originates from the river Icen that flows through their land. They are known for their horsemanship and metalworking chariots, often used in warfare and a symbol of power among the tribal community. Warriors throw javelins from moving chariots before abandoning them to fight on foot and return them in order to redeploy. Very interesting. A lot of people think chariots were like these scythe chariots, which definitely existed, but for the most part, this was the main function of a chariot. Living farmsteads that consist of large round houses with high thatched roofs that capture the heat and smoke from indoor fires. Economically, they are farmers cultivating small fields of wheat or barley and grazing domestic animals such as sheep. I mean, for the most part, everyone's a farmer at this point. So, missions. We have the ascent of the Seni Magni, one of the many tribes that inhabit the Gloomy Isles. We have the ability to dominate Britain. While they're said to be treaty makers, lovers of horses. Okay, let's move past that. And money and friendly to strangers. Don't let their smiles deceive you. They are to be underestimated at one's peril. This mission will be completed once the Iceni have unified Britannia and create a flourishing nation with a growing economy. So we'll see how far we get. Just another day like many others. I love how, like, this is to me, EU5 needs this. This is what EU5 needs. The narratives of these missions make me feel so immersed in a way that, for example, CK3 events, I'll click through them. EU4 events, I'll click through them. The missions in Imperial Rome I read because they read beautifully. And obviously, let's not forget the Invictus mod does a lot of heavy lifting here. The sun has barely risen, and yet Dumnoric Senatus is awake, drinking watered down wine and watching the pale orb as it struggles to dispel the heavy cloud that swept over Venta and our capital. There have been many mornings like this one in Icenia, and yet somehow today is different. Today is the day that everything changes. So good. He just rises and decides, time to make history. Let's do it. All right, let's have a quick look around our nation. This is our capital. We are not even close to being centralized. We want to try and increase that as much as possible. As our government, this is our ruler over here. He's 24. He's overbearing and monotonous. Cool. All right, we're going to import 2 right now. Light infantry and light cavalry are our levies. So let's import something that's going to help with that. Oh, okay. For those of you who don't know, if you have 2 of the same type, then you get a bonus. Like this, for example, Legion maintenance costs or experience decay. Honestly, I might get this as build cost. We'll get these. 2 of them. Import those. Can make us a little bit of money. Call an Omen. Fort defense, national slave output, research points, or manpower recovery speed. We're going to go for the national slave output. If I switch to this immediately, it's going to cost us 15 stability and 35 influence. But it is going to give us that monetary centralization, which I think is probably a good idea. It's also going to give us civilization change. Let's do that. Plus the coin mining initiative. We get 3 idea slots. Let's get morale of armies. And we get an oratory idea. Let's get that monthly corruption down. And one thing, for those who don't know, we're always going to need is influence. So we're going to scheme for influence here. It's going to lose in popularity, but it's going to give us a lot more influence. Fantastic. Okay, that's a good start. Frankly, we don't have the best of the best out here, but look, we work with what we've got. Okay, so 2 separate trees here. This one. Ooh, the Trinovantians to our south have begun to build their settlements in our province. Nasty. Can't do that. Let us spit in their face before we bring them to heel. And we need to be allied with at least one country that's insular Celtic culture, and we need to be at war. And that for 5 years is going to give us light infantry morale and offense, which is very good. So let's do that one first. And then on the trade administration side, we need a marketplace, and then we need to get an improvement. And then for 10 years, get national commerce income. So a marketplace. And then we need 80 influence. We have a civilization effort. That's our maximum civilization right here. We have a city rank. The more civilization we have, the better for us. Okay, so starting from the start, I think we need to We get a claim if we send an insult, but we need to get an ally, and we need to be at war to get this bonus. So this works nicely. And then we need Monoculture to like us for the next one, and we need 10 ships and a form building. Okay, this is 25 to improve relations with you. Let's do that now. Trinavantia, hello. Relations, send an insult. Means we can do our true intentions. It's going to give us claims, and then we need an ally. Okay, we're all insular, so it has to be just someone on this group. Would anyone ally us immediately? I mean, you would. Maybe let's ally the guys to our north. Oh, I love the Brigantes. The Brigantes are such a cool tribe. Let's ally them. Both the Iceni and the Brigantes, by the way, were allied to the Romans when they first invaded. We see this a lot in history. In the invasion of the Aztecs, we see this in the the Crusades are a great example of. Historically, we look back and we're like, hey, Rome conquered all of Britain. Why didn't they band together to fight this menace? It's because you're thinking of all these separate states that have history and years of rivalry and fighting each other as like one singular entity. And why would they not? If it, like, let's say I'm in a fight with my neighbor, and someone else turns up with a big stick, and he goes, "You want some help?" Hell yeah! I don't care if you beat him over the head. I'm not unaware that you could do the same to me, but I'm trying to make sure I can negotiate otherwise. Same thing happened, like I said, in the Crusades. The local Muslim powers would often ally with the Crusaders, and the Crusaders themselves, particularly the Kingdom of Jerusalem, survived on the basis of making alliances and inroads with the Muslim nations. Our diplomats have returned, and by all accounts, they are furious. One thing to prepare claims on disputed lands, but another matter entirely to deliver vituperative insults. What a fantastic word. In person, under the banner of an embassy. Our military advisors report that their scouts have been probing our borders ever since. Okay, so we have a claim. We have a war on our hands. And if we're at war, we get morale. So let us raise our levies immediately and declare war. We can call in Brigantes, which I'm going to do. Immediately get friends at our back. Perfect. Battle for the borderlands. What do I need here? Has greater or equal to 50 political influence. And for that, we get claims on all these provinces around us. And the battle for the south. So we'll get discipline and manpower for every speed. Over here, we need 10 ships, a forum building, and Monoculture to like us, and then we get commerce income. Okay, well, that's all stuff that can be done after this war. Let's see what we're dealing with here. There's only 1,000 troops. Sad. Nope, we got flanked. Cannot allow these two to join up, otherwise they will beat us. The Brigantes are on the way, but only with 2,000 troops. Okay, we're gonna have to wait. All right, we fight. We can actually see the different stances. Again, it's been 7 or 8 months since I played Imperator Rome, so I'm going to act as if I'm talking to a new audience. So they have a different stance to us. Stances, oh god, I think we're going to lose. I think we just lost. Ah, damn, I went too early. And now they're going to lose. That's really bad of me. So stances are done by changing this. So right now, envelopment and skirmishing. I'm going to switch out to skirmishing. You can see our different flank sizes. It's all very, very, very malleable. Okay, they have taken our capital. That's bad. We need to take that back immediately. Okay, they're fighting us. Okay, we do win that one at least. Damn. Okay, we've recovered our capital, and this war that should have been a lot easier than this should hopefully start to come to a close now. Battle for the Borderlands is done, or about to be done, so we'll grab that. I think our marketplace is done as well. That's such a bad loss. Oh man, we like double them in size and I've done this. Oh, that's embarrassing. Don't do that. Why? Oh my god. The AI is kind of going crazy. To be fair, I can't complain that much because I was also as stupid as the AI. But, you know, that's okay. Okay, they're going to attack me. We have double their troops. We should be fine. Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh my god, I'm going to have to hold the siege whilst he loses that battle. Why would you do that? We also run out of food, which is going to be very painful. We have to win these. Come on, man! Okay, we actually instantly won a battle there. Come on, please. Oh, okay, we're okay. We're okay. This is a victory. That was a lot dicier than it really should have been. There you go. There's 100%. All right, good. So we won that as expected, as anticipated. Nice. Good victories. Good victories. Oh, dear. So none of these guys are from our pop. So we're going to go for cultural assimilation for them and enable automatic trade. Now they're ready to fight long wars of conquest. Yeah, sure. We muster ourselves into the battles to come with abandon. The cowardly and the timid shall never be able to prevail. Very cool. All right, so we need 10 ships and a forum building as well. So I'll need a little bit more money before that. Monthly centralization efforts. Yes, please. Or natural. We'll definitely take that. So those of you who don't know, we have our character, which is distinct from the state. So our character has their own wealth versus the state wealth. So you play as kind of both. Demonic Senatus is standing on a shield held by 4 warriors. Very cool. Addressing, that's aura. Addressing the Asinian levies that gathered near Venta Icor in preparation for the campaigning season. A loud voice of Norix raises a spear towards the sky and lets out a lusty battle cry, which is then echoed by thousands of screaming soldiers. Let the gods of war ride alongside us and carry us to victory. It's given us some claims. So we're going to declare some wars pretty much immediately, especially because they're about to win their war. So we're going to try and take the south and then we'll move west. I want to declare war on these guys after I've finished off this lot. That's the plan, at least. We'll see how well it sort of pans out. Bear in mind, we can only raise levies in areas of our culture that we've accepted. So, where are you? Over here, you can see this is an integrated culture. This is not. I can give them higher integration speeds, or I can do the opposite and try and integrate them into myself. I'm not sure which I'm going to do just yet. So, you can either... Oh, there we go. That's actually perfect time. We won it just as they won this war, which means we should be able to nick 100%. See what they do. So you can see the mercenaries just hanging out, 8,000 men. Like, they're like, hey, if you need us, we're here. Ideally, they'll run to that city. And let me take this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Nice. Just going to gain a bit of cash here. Okay, right. I'm going to sit on this province. We should be able to outsiege him here. I think I've outmaneuvered him properly. Let's get that slave output going. And I also want to grab myself that forum. He's going to give us some more civilization as well. 100%. There you go. Now, do you aware of our aggressive expansion? Oh, we're now going to be a regional power. And it means we can import some more things. So we have more access. Okay, we've got wood. What would I want next? When I've got a singular one of iron and a singular one of earthenware. Let's do this. It gives us the bonus. I don't have a war goal against you. And fabricate claims on him. So who's our next target? Over here. The Brigantes are no longer our allies. You're all the Brigantes in Carvetia, and you're actually getting destroyed. So let's see what we can do about that. We have a new family. They're scorned because, well, they've just joined. Well, let's appease them by Marganus. So let's put one in charge of the navy. Do need those 10 ships as well. All right, they're being built. All right, let's declare war. See if we can nab anything here. There's a lot of opportunism, really. But we are massively underpowered for our size because, again, I'm only able to summon levies from our culture. And we have a lot of different culture groups. So I could integrate them. But I think, honestly, I might try and... I don't know. I don't know if they're big enough. The Duoturgens might be. For now, we're going to just focus on cultural assimilation. Can't afford that. It's going to hurt our relations internally. That's ideal. He's going to take that back. Anyone disloyal? No. Yes. One of the Morganuses is... so I can take an office away from Senati. I've got a new war chief, and now I'm no longer scorned. One of the best ways to fight in this game is just by grabbing mercenaries, because these 8,000 professional troops are obviously going to be very powerful. Okay, now we just need this to be equal or greater to 40. Can improve relations with them. Nice. So we've taken their capital. We want to take Britannia. I'd love to take the other one as well, but I don't think we're going to quite grab that in time, or at least someone's going to beat us to it. Yeah, shame. The Brigantes have taken the north, which leaves me free to take the south. That's actually... This is a very useful victory. And their loyalty is not even that bad. Their loyalty is pretty good. Food is good. Everything's good. All right, now we're going to take a beat. I mean, do they have any allies? No. I can't raise them for another couple of years, though. A couple months, sorry. We've got an alliance with Napier, which means we can do this now. Barcelona the Belgai. It is well known that our ruling class are distantly related to the war-loving Belgai tribes on the mainland. Let us see if we can rekindle this connection in order to boost trade throughout all of Icenia. And then here, I just need a little bit more influence. So you can see how quick the integration is. So it's 0.63. So it's very slow, but we'll make it. So usually I play like quite a pluralistic society. So I think today I'm not going to do that. I think it's going to be a lot harder to do, but I'm not going to do that, which means I'm going to risk upsetting them all by founding a bunch of colonies. Okay, Watching the Belgai. If one believes the tales shared by the tribal elders, man, I'm actually enjoying this so much. It's been a while since I recorded Imperator Rome. Yeah, this is fun. In the days of yesteryear, a clan of Belgai nobility eventually left the mainland to settle in our homeland, and these are said to be the progenitors of our people. Although our leader is unsure if these tenuous connections are real, he certainly knows a good story when he hears it, and has decided to use this folk story as a conversation starter of the Belgai tribes that live around Gaunatena. Gaunuenta. They've agreed to begin trading with us. Nice. We're going to be founding a colony, which means a lot of our pops are going to move into these territories. We're going to start doing the Trinoventia one first. Nice. Some civic stuff. Oh, right. That reminds me. Where's our research? Our technology. We want guys with these traits because they'll randomly give us innovations. Okay, so the Sonati family feel like they've been scorned. There we go. Just a little bit of shuffling around. Now they're happy. Okay, that's doubled now. You're allied with Demeter. Where the hell is a Demeter? I'm not sure. But let's go declare war over here. Only having 2k is rough considering that these guys have 2k. Our troops should be better. We ended up killing more. Get across the river and join up. Hopefully they move off from the... Yeah, cool. They moved off from the river. That'd have been bad. I said we were likely to lose, but I don't believe them. Yeah, look at that. Uh-oh. Yep, no, we're good. Oh. The main thing is when we fight, we kill more of them than they kill of us. All right, let's now finish off this war. Man, I'd love just to integrate these nations. It'd be so much easier. Now, do we have any laws that we could pass? Absolute authority. That's going to help with our centralization. By the way, this is a scale that can go the other way. Like, you don't have to go centralized. We're going to go for absolute authority. And it reminds me to sacrifice a pig. It's going to give us monthly stability. Ah, but I need that political influence. Well, that's one way of getting it. Okay, so we're going to have some low stability for a little while, but I need to complete this in one of our missions. And so I am going to go for local import routes. That's going to upgrade. And at the same time, let's now kill a pig. I can't. I don't have the 50. Damn. That's the whole point. I can now kill a pig. Going to help our stability increase. Basically, I want to start playing Tool for a little bit because things are getting a little bit costly. Nice. So we did trade and administration, which means we get more centralization and we get national commerce income for another 10 years. Now, the market in our capital is officially open for business and provincial investments have been made in our capital region. Word has quickly spread throughout all of Icenia of these changes. Every day, hundreds of travelers enter the gates, some bringing textiles, others handicrafts to trade, whereas others are just curious to see what the commotion and fuss is all about. All of which is music to our leaders' ears. Sound of clinking coins is melodious indeed. So, what is this? We've got a mine in the marshes. Population greater or equal to 10. Could do that. And a library. And you want military artisans. Okay, that's a little bit trickier. Mines are expensive. We can get it done. Where did it want the mine? Over here. Need a bit of money for that. All right, let's import grain. Probably is a good idea. Get some global food modifiers. Ooh, it's going to put us odds with Dombuna. But this can give us another pop. Absolutely happy with that. Another omen. More slave output. Maybe sit on our laurels for a little bit. They declare us an enemy of the nation. As we worried about, they did not care much for us agreeing. Okay, so they're upset. Rome's expanding as Rome does. Macedon has actually been taken up by the Antigonids. Usually the Antigonids do a lot worse than that. They have been taken up by the Ptolemaics and the Seljuks. Judea exists and is a thing. And Carthage is doing Carthage. Although I've not seen Anbanea in a while. If you want to see something cool, it's me! Apparently I'm jealous. Yeah, fair. The Invictus guys put me in the game because of the whole, like, trying to resurrect Imperator thing, which is easily the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. It's me. I have friends. Well, this is clearly not accurate. Gain $100 in return for pissing people off. Yeah, that works. All right, and now we can build the mine, which is going to be really good because you see that base resource production? That is fantastic. It means we're going to get another iron, which means we can trade it. So that is really, really good for us. So in terms of what we want to be building here, it's expensive, but ideally mines, because we get +1 in every single of the base resource production. And then we want to grab foundries, which is also +1. We don't have the tech for that right now, but that just means that we have more resources to trade. If we look at our economy, our commerce will hopefully start to skyrocket the more we do. If I click this free trade, it means the export value when we have goods are going to be very valuable. It's +20% to their value. And obviously we export them for more money. And once population greater than 10, that's more money. Nice. The dominant culture here is Icenians. So we are going to move in some non-Icenian guys. Because then it means we're going to basically take from the other cultures and sort of dilute them a little bit. I've done too much. So we want to basically gerrymander our own, spread them out a bunch. What we could also do is over in these cities where we have larger amounts of populations, we can build things like marketplaces, which are going to increase the amount, like how quickly people assimilate. Nice. Iron in the marshes. Slaves needed for surplus -2. Very nice. Although many of our kinsmen enter the marshes only to hunt, doing their best to avoid the noxious environs that surround our core territories unless they absolutely have to enter the morasses, our leader has made the decision to build a mine near Durovigatum. While it will be difficult gleaning iron ore from the shafts, which often flood, oh god, due to the zombie nature of the countryside, the people of Icenia have no choice if they want the valuable metal. Well, I think it's worth it. We need logistics bureau and gold, don't have that. Skilled blacksmiths, we need to be importing base metals, precious metals, and standardized measures. That's all tech, we don't have that. Military artisans, that's tech. Chariots of doom, we need military tradition chariot culture, that all comes from fighting. Okay, so we can't do any of those. Can, however, start doing this stuff. So you want me to push westward. So what do you want me to do? I need to own Isurum and Corinium. And I don't... Okay, so I need to head north and west. Icenian horse farms. Basically just expand. And then here, And there are a couple of allies that I don't really want to tangle with. How much are you? $100. Basically $100 to win a war. Oh, well, there's $100 right there. You are fighting who? Someone over there. You have 2k troops. I think pretty much everyone here is going to have 2k troops. Yeah, you got way more allies. Okay. Apparently I dishonored the alliance. I don't know when I dishonored that alliance, but apparently I did. All right, let's give this a go. The idea is I'm going to do what I did last time and sort of coast a little bit. Problem is one of these is a lot faster than the other. So I need to make sure I do this and they'll travel at the same time. Okay, I need 2k troops for that. We're going to get these mercenaries. I think they're necessary. It's going to be very costly. We can't fight forever, but yeah. See, they actually killed one, so we lost 2 pops there. One is a slave and the other was killed. Fight him here, we should win that. Yeah, we should be fine. Even though we're attacking to the marshes. It's that decent discipline. Nice, invention. Okay, so we want military artisans. That's going to give us a free province investment, which we're going to put straight in our capital and grab another local import route. And one of these... So now if I have a library, I get tax and centralization. So let's... Well, we can't do it now because we're in the middle of a war, but we need to build a library. You get fort defense, but nope. Now I've taken his fort. The rest should fall quickly. I'm going to sue for peace. We're going to take everything but this one province. I think we can go after the Brigantes immediately. And we get base metals, going to give us light infantry offense plus 10%. That's the majority of our troops, so that's very good. I'm going to go for this fight, even though the game says I'm going to lose. I think the game might have been right. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, no, we've been countered. We're going to retreat over here. So what that means is that our skirmishing was countered by... I can't remember what it was. I think it was deception or something. It's still a good tactic for us to use, but it does mean we're going to be less effective. Mercenaries are starving to death, but that's okay, because I'm not going to need them soon. Okay, we're losing a lot of our northern provinces here. That's okay. The big problem is we're running out of money. So I need to win this war before the mercenaries run out, basically. Alright, keep chasing these troops. His little buddies still wanna fight. There's a problem because I don't have... we've run out of money. That's really bad. You never want to be in a deficit in Imperator Rome. Okay, we can peace out, which we're gonna do. Nice. Let's disband our levies. Fire these mercenaries. Cool. So now we get a firm grip on our enemies, which means we get population growth, population output, 2 free province investments, and also we get 30 political influence. We get pushing westwards. Let's go for firm grip on our enemies. These take a while to complete. Okay, and we are, like I said, in debt, which is not great. Right, just got to turn on automatic trade for these guys. But now you can see Cantasia over here has 14% of our pops. We can get military traditions. Britannic, Glory of the Hunt. We want Chariot culture. Gives us Chariot defense, which isn't useful to us at all right now, but a mission wanted us to do it, and so I am. Going to get some stone imported. And our economy is slowly sorting itself out. Now, I think I might integrate the Brigantic people, because that's 56, and there's a lot of them. So, we're going to do that. Citizen. But I like the idea of creating a monoculture. In the game. But this is going to... It just does take a while. Now, I said I was going to do monoculture, and I'll do it. Even though it's going to be really bad for me. I think let's do it. Which means let's go ahead and found a colony. Poor red-handed, I don't know what that is. Let's go trade over, accept trades. You see, we actually export. Let's see, exports. Yeah, we export way more than we import. So let's see if this helps. Oh, hang on. Nice. Okay, firm grip on our enemies has been done. Our enemies struggled valiantly against all odds, much to their credit, but in the end, Icenian onslaught was too much for them to bear. Shout out Boadicea. And they have been forced to withdraw from the fields and forests where their ancestors are buried. Now, as we seize more and more of their territories that our neighbors once inhabited, we've begun sending diplomats to all of the local villages. These emissaries have been tasked with explaining our presence in the region and what our plans for the future are. It's been made abundantly clear that we plan on staying forever. Many will be unhappy, but in time they shall adopt our superior ways. Very cool. Again, all of this I'm going to be sending in to local import routes. Chariots of Doom is done. We're getting army. Cool. I don't really want to do that just yet. Let's get pushing westwards. So these are petitioning the Druids. And eventually uniting Britannia. And I don't... Again, I want to consolidate what we have. Because again, I'm fighting all of this with the same military power that we started with. So income is currently 8.5. If I do this, that's going to increase it a little bit. Pushing westwards, as our Icenian garrisons have begun to occupy the capital forts of our recently conquered enemies, the neighboring tribes are wondering if our bloodlust has finally been sating. Will we ever cease our warmongering? In answer to this pressing question, he's turned away everyone, refusing to offer hospitality and to hear the carefully considered entreaties. One by one, diplomats return to their respective countries, grimly sharing the news that Icenia cannot be reasoned with. Nobody knows what they're planning next. Answer, enough for you. Embracing Latin art, which... We get more centralization, and we get local tax, resource production +1, and local save output. He's always been enamored of the antiquated style from the mainland that our people are familiar with. And now that he has means to do so, he's commanded that the workshops and cottages near our capital that are devoted to producing crafts focus exclusively on making artworks in this manner. We get Chariots of Doom as well. We lose 2,500, but we get an army, and we get chariot movement speed. Let's do that, see what happens. Then we need horse farms. We need slave building, and we need tribal reserve. Heartland. Let's see. We need a granary in our capital, and we need 2 more farming settlements. Cool. By the time that our enemies are aware that our chariots have entered the fray, by then it's usually too late for them. Although they foolishly tried to flee, throwing their weapons to the ground in their haste to escape there with their lives, they're chased down like the dogs they are and butchered to a man. Our riders never show any mercenary. It comes as no surprise that our foes fear our Icenian chariots of doom, for they claim the appearance of our wheeled forces as a harbinger of imminent death. Very cool. Oh, look at this. We just have chariots of doom now. I just wanted to read something here that I remembered, but I wanted to get it right. So this is from Julius Caesar about British chariots. Their mode of fighting with their chariots is this. Firstly, they drive about in all directions and throw their weapons and generally break the ranks of their enemy with the very dread of their horses and noise of their wheels. And when they have worked themselves in between the troops of horse, leap from their chariots and engage on foot. The charioteers, in the meantime, withdraw some little distance from the battle, and so place themselves with the chariots such that, if their masters are overpowered by the number of enemy, they may have a ready retreat by their own troops. Thus they display in battle the speed of horse with the firmness of infantry, and by daily practice and exercise attain to such expertness they're accustomed to, even on a declining and steep place, to check their horses at full speed and manage to turn in an instant. So, very cool. That's what the Celts did. Chariot warfare is iconic but rare. Not like rare as in like, oh, you never see it. Rare as in, oh my, what happened to my ally? Anyway, rare as in it's not that widely used. So it's not like, yeah, I feel like I've said that appropriately. Found a colony in this place as well. What's this? Let's see. A patchwork ship of exotic craftsmen pulled into our port. The Mandatus Militus has turned up. Regales us tales of Scythia and Bactria. 3 pops we sent away. I'm not doing that. Let's let him join. Giving this guy free hands. Can I exalt him? He's my friend. He's disloyal. Well, he'll tick up over time, I think. Okay, well, with these chariots, I think we can probably go on a little bit of a rampage. Now we have a guy in a battle that's got 12 military ability. All right, let's do this properly. Chariots of Doom. Allow attach. Attach to unit. Attach to unit. Because we are outnumbered. See how well the Chariots of Doom do. Not as well as I'd hoped. Oh, right. Yes. That'll probably be why. I wasn't paying my troops. Make sure this is up to date. Skirmishing. Yeah. And you're going for... Let's go for Deception. All right. That seems like we're doing well. All right, now we have to engage in a little bit of a siege. Fortunately, we have a navy ready. We have forts to block them off. We should win this little siege race. Considering they haven't even started yet. Dude, why is your loyalty? It's so bad. Clan chief not leading levy during a war. Two-faced, ambitious, selfish, divided lands, and denied religious activities. So +5 yearly. Okay, so it'll go up. Nice. This is the hard thing about monoculture. We don't get to utilize all of the different cultures in our lands to fight in a war. Okay, it's a larger battle, but I think we're going to win, even though we're outnumbered. Deception hurts their skirmishing, which is very good. We didn't lose too many troops either. There's an army getting smashed to pieces somewhere. It's a nice stack wipe. Okay, who are we even fighting? This slot, and this slot. Okay, so let's go after Domitian next. I'm going to keep building marketplaces like I've been doing. In fact, how is that going? I mean, Icenian is ticking up slowly. 0.6% every month. So it takes, how long is that going to be? Roughly 10 years for one guy to convert. Oh, Jesus, I've made a mistake. Maybe, to be fair, we're a decentralized tribe. I don't know why I thought, yeah, let's go for like a monoculture. We don't even talk to the various people in our state, let alone convert them. Oh, Christ. Okay, it was an error. I'll fully admit that. But I'm in too deep now. I'm in way too deep. To be fair, some of them have like 50% integration. Dumnonia, that's actually Icenian now. You know, until we get the rest of Dumnonia. But if I can make it so, see how this is Icenian, right? If I look at the pops info now, you can see that this is actually way faster because they don't have the malice from it being not the integrated culture. Dominant culture not being an integrated one. Look at that devastating attack there. We're not killing as many as I'd hoped, but we're getting there. That's so many troops. That's way too many troops for me to fight. I think it's because there's a revolt going on. You know what? I really don't want to be involved in this revolt. I'd love to peace out. And the Chariots of Doom needed a lot of manpower back. Does someone own this or is it decolonized? Okay, it's decolonized. Incredible decisions. Ooh, investigate tribal reform. We'll do that. It's not going to help us because I've got a whole mission to do, but yeah. Oh, an invention. Okay, this is very, very important. I need to do this properly. There's a lot of missions that require things. So you require Logistics Bureau, standardized meshes. That's standardized meshes. Then this is our assimilation side of things. Takes a while to get there. That's conversions. One of these, I can't remember which it is, but one of these is assimilation. Okay, standardized measures means we need to be importing precious metals. And then we get diplomatic reputation and build cost. So let's quickly do that. Fortunately, someone does have precious metals, and it means we can instantly take skilled blacksmiths. Thanks to the ease of access that we have, the easy access that we have to iron, our blacksmiths are becoming more and more skilled by the day, producing weapons and torques that are the standard of quality. The sights and smells of metal being worked has become something of a nuisance. Our leader refused to do something about it. Good. Wooden road. We need a surplus of 2 stone and logistics bureau, and then we get a city, and it constructs a road for us. That's pretty cool. So once we get that done, we're sorted. Then Icenian 4 horse farms are next. Okay, where's Aquasulis? Apparently this is a holy site. I don't know how to turn it into a holy site. I've never done that before. Genuinely never done it in this game. Dedicate holy site and 350. Oh my god. 300 gold, 50 influence, and it gives us local tax, building slots, and migration attraction. Okay, so now I need logistics bureau. Gives us capital import routes +1. And I need a surplus of stone +2, right? Okay, I need stone. Supply map mode. No, I need trade goods. Where's stone? Salt. This map look familiar to you, chaps? Huh? People ask me later, what should I do to prepare for EU5? Play Imperator. Stone is here. I need to build a mine. I can import some stone. Alright, we need to import 2 stone. And then we actually do a lot of stuff. That's why I like doing like some buildings behind the scenes, and then I come back and then you're like, oh my god, look, there's loads of things to click. So this is going to create a road and make Barnundum a city. We're going to do that. Icenian horse farms done, so we get light cavalry offense and defense done. Like every good Icenian tribesman, our liege lord is a fair judge of horse flesh and is able to quickly assess an animal's worthiness, having spent more than half his lifetime on horseback. I was about to say almost half his lifetime on his back, which is a bit harsh. Although the daily schedule of the tribal chief is filled with all manner of tasks that require personal attention, our king has decided to take the afternoon to go and inspect the horse farms that our workers have recently built. Wide smile splits his face as he enters the stalls, nodding approvingly as the animals are carefully brushed by slaves. They've just finished training, are covered in sweat, and the hungry beasts are voraciously devouring provender. Let's get Heartland Basket. Although the province of Icenia is not blessed with much arable land, we have made the best of our situation by constructing farms throughout the territories we have annexed. Crazy, considering that England was one of the most fertile areas in Europe later on. Now that we've finished building farms throughout the heartland of our nation, we can store the excess grain at Adventa Ecorum, then it can be distributed throughout our nation as the need arises. So that's import routes and manpower. Nice. We get petitioning the Druids. The mysterious wonder known as Stonehenge is located in Cornetio, a territory recently come into the Icenian possession. We can send envoys to Gaul to request that some of the Druids on the mainland take up residence at the sacred place. Begins an event chain. Let's see if they accept. And then, Aquasulis, I can dedicate that as a holy site for Corunmos. And that means we get Shrine to Sulis, 2 free province investments. And we're going to keep on upgrading for this. Now we get loads of imports. Alright, let's get back the earthenware. Can't do it because they hate me. Alright, can get furs, already have that. Guess livestock could be a good idea. Wine, actually, 5% cheaper. Legion maintenance cost, which is going to be good for us. Oh, I've got a bountiful harvest. Give me the money. And how's our population assimilation progress program doing? Let's find out. Oh, hang on. Our liege was beginning to lose hope, or Senatus was beginning to lose hope, that the Druids would accept his offer to visit both our capital and Stonehenge. Was overwhelmed with joy one morning to wake up to the news that their ships had finally arrived. What happened next seemed like a fever dream. Religious procession visited Cornetio and conducted a series of sacred rituals that purify the land, erasing stains of the walls that had been fought over it. And that same evening, the Druids ate and drank with Dunorix privately, speaking on many serious matters. It was then revealed that they would entrust the Icenian tribal chief with some of the secret wisdom of their order, and they spoke into the evening long after the last logs had burned themselves out into the fire. When they left the next morning for Carnutia, Dunorix refused to divulge what they discussed, repeating the same thing over and over. The wisdom of the Druids must be earned, I cannot say more. We gained 2 innovations? This could actually be big for us. It means we might be able to get discipline plus 5%. And I'd love the foundry, so we're actually going to go down this route. Even though I'd love the discipline, we like foundries would be fantastic for us, so start going down there. That's very cool. Pioneer declared was on the Seleucids with the goal Horde Conquest. Well, that sucks to suck, huh? Alright, let's see if we can change some laws here. Sedentary bureaucracy gives us pop promotion speed and monthly centralization. I'm going to grab that. Maybe a Hill 4 initiative as well. Found city cost modifier plus 50%. That has been very costly. Hill 4, let's do that. It's going to hurt stability real bad initially. Ooh, codify state lands. That's going to cost us 50 bucks and 100 political influence. But our capital gets local civilization value plus 10. Let's do that. Codify state lands. Stability, very low. That's okay, though. Because I think everyone's loyal anyway. Just about. Well, some. This doesn't need to be a fort level 2. Ooh, military tradition. Britannia traditions. We can get enslavement efficiency, national slave output, or chariot discipline. I kind of like the idea of just having pure chariot stuff. Siege ability 10%, forest combat ability. I mean, chariot morale, knight cavalry morale, army attrition, levy size multiplier. These are all very good. Let's go for the slave output. Oh, breakthrough. Nice. The innovation. That's why I wanted guys with these traits. So we get foundries now. Currently a civil war against Dementia. That sounds nasty for us to deal with. I don't really want to. Wales is just, in general, seems like a very rowdy place. Let's go up north. I don't have any claims on that. Okay. Do I have claims on you guys? Yeah. I have a truce though, so let's just wait. Civil wars are the most irritating thing in this game. It is horrible and miserable to deal with. What should we get next? Leather, maybe? I mean, that's 0.5. That's just going to give me money, so let's do that first. So you can start to see financially we are much better off. Ooh. Let's see. So word has reached our liege that the road he ordered be built throughout the heartlands of Icenia has finally been finished. Large oaken logs were carefully sunk into the earth, creating a foundation that allowed for more wood to be placed across. An impressive affair, and this wooden highway is wide enough to support wagons and connects our port with the outskirts of our capital. Already our tribesmen making extensive use of the roads, taking the path to avoid having to travel through the wetlands. It's proposed that we capitalize on it by building a toll house, which would give us 5% tax, but it's costly. Yeah, I don't need the 5% tax. I'm going to get to import more. Let's get some marble going. All right, I did want to check out the assimilation progress. And I mean, it's going all right. 25% in Kantakia. I mean, there's not much else. I mean, in Icenia itself, it's only 50%. Maybe I should integrate one of these guys, like the Trinavantians or something. But they're upset, so that won't work. I mean, we've got 83 now, whereas before it was 50, so it's clearly working. In fact, let's found a colony. You guys can build roads, can't you? And civic advances is greater than 4, so I can't just yet. How many civic advances do we have? We have... Oh, we're actually close to being able to do that. So we need to basically conquer the rest of this, and we get a unified people. Awesome. Masters metalworking. We need a mill. Population greater or equal to 40. Oh. And this is just unite Britannia. I'm just going to declare the wars. I'm going to declare war on everyone around here. And then and then I can just take all of the land. As risky as that is. Not my industrial heartlands, you... Oh, God, you bastards. There you go. 1,000 troops dead. And another 1,000 troops killed. Cool. All right, let's attack from here, because then that means they have to go to the forts. We'll lose 88, but somewhere else gets import routes, so that's a great trade. Ooh, 2% discipline. Nice. Did lose a battle, unfortunately. That's fine. There's a retreat to this place. Oh, we won the siege, but it burned the capital. Good stuff. So I didn't even get any of the benefits. And then all our troops died. God, this is not the stomp I was hoping for. These guys have chariots as well. All right, we're just cleaning up the remnants of these armies now. But I think the wars are essentially won. That's the central lot. That's the northern lot. And we're now a major power. We did depopulate some of Wales. But we can welcome the west. Once we can truly say we pacified the western region of Britannia, then we shall be able to extract the wealth from the lands and the people we have subjugated. That sounds like Britain to me. I'm going to get another import route. Just want to double down on the precious metals. I don't think we need this many forts, to be honest. I'm going to keep them just in case, though. Because I don't want to be the guy that says we don't need this many forts, then immediately loses the forts. Like, loses the land because we don't have forts. Welcoming the west. The provinces of Dumnonia, Demetia, or Dvikia are quite far from our capital, yet we've taken the faraway places for our own. Something that would have been unfathomable a mere generation ago. Our leader, having learned lessons from our previous engagements, has moved swiftly to secure these lands for Icenia. Not only has he seized some of the local treasuries, but the tribal chief has also demanded that local wise ones and elders be sent to the capital in order to assist us in researching new technologies. So we get population growth and population output forever. Nice. And we get local research points. Also, our cohorts just expanded, so it just doubled. And so that's nice. So we have a decent legion now. This is going to get heavy infantry, archers, and light infantry. Yeah, sure. I mean, this is bad. Let's make friends with this guy. Because I'm getting a venture where he's continually expanding his own base. Give him a lot of money. Quick. That'll do. I mean, this is now like this is an insane amount of power this guy has running the Chariots of Doom. Look how much it costs. I don't really necessarily need to raise levies. Now we're friends with him. Deva has become a city, and with that, we can now get Icenian cities. So we get provincial loyalty, national commerce income, and population assimilation speed, which is what I really wanted. Dominatrix Senatus has always been... Dominatrix? Doomnorix? Dominatrix Sonata has always believed that building cities throughout Icenia is one of the best ways to ensure that culture supplants the native traditions of the locals we conquered. By all measures, he's been successful. Settlements across our nation have been torn down with permanent structures of stone and brick, replacing the humble thatched cottages of yesteryear. Our grateful subjects are now willingly embrace the gentle yoke we place upon their necks. Alright, I've realized I need to start moving some people into this province, so then I can colonize this. I see the same over here, and they have to be Icenian as well. Okay, so I'm going to keep it such that, let's see, Icenian is a couple more. There we go, colonize this one. Now the final one is this one down here. So I'm having to shuffle people around as much as possible. Just getting shuffled. There we go, colonize this. Cool, so we've recolonized Wales. Now we need to go after this lot up north to finally unite Britannia. And now we have 4,000 instead of 2,500. See, it worked. I mean, it would have been more efficient to integrate them. Absolutely. But to be fair, a lot of these guys are going to be our culture of the 8,500 heavy infantry lot. Didn't expect to have heavy infantry here, but here we are. Okay, you are in exile. You're mercenaries. Okay, that's going to be fun to deal with. Come on, please win that. You going to win? Are you going to win? I don't want to stay here, and if you're not going to win, all right, we're leaving. Right, we have won the siege. That's good. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Run away? All right, good. That's another victory and another one. Good stuff. Now, I can't remember exactly. I'm going to switch over to envelopment because I think they're countering what I'm trying to do. All right, swing round and in. Let's see. Are they countering it? Yeah, they're countering with shock action now. I've been played. My regular troops are very fast. They're very eager to get to the battle. The problem is I don't want them getting to the battle first. I actually need a couple more ships. Catch them, lad. Catch them, if you don't mind. Thank you. Are they countering us? No, good. All right, now we need to gather up our new ships. Every time I occupy a place, it depopulates, which makes me feel a little bit bad. Like, when I occupy this, I think it's going to depopulate. I don't think they have any troops left because I keep on... Let's see, is it going to depopulate? No, okay, I didn't steal anyone that time. Okay, get your food up and then we need you to go and siege. Actually, I think you can go and siege now. Ooh, don't lose that. Don't lose that. Thank you. All right, so we can get a new invention and we need to get a civic one. Let's get Rights of Man. Now we can build roads. Chariots of Doom are going to be dying to starvation, but that's fine. Let's get this done. They can eat when they're dead. Well, they'll die because they don't have any food, but still. All right, so use these ships to take us around over here and drop you on the capital. Pretty much all of our manpower is gone. Well, that's okay. We didn't need it. I wasn't using it. There's no port there anymore. You can't sit there. And there's the siege. I think this should be it now. 100%. Awesome. Sue for peace. Suggest. All right, we're going to do this, which means now we can unite Britannia. Since our ancestors arrived at this island, our peoples have coexisted. With the advent of the new Iron Age, with the advent of this new age of iron-working seafaring and empire, it's clear that our people cannot survive much longer without a unified identity. For better or for worse, we must look to new horizons and assume leadership over all of Britannia. Unite Britannia. So we get civilization level, freedom and happiness, population growth, 4 tribes with the state, culture, and religion. We get federated tribe. Pretty cool, because right now we're a settled tribe. And that means that we can do the Great Iceni. National tax, national commerce, and diplomatic reputation. Although the Romanians discontent at home will not be dissuaded from uniting Britannia, for we are the Great Iceni destined to rule over the Isle. Late one evening, our king is in his chambers, idly sipping on a goblet of mead whilst watching a log in the fireplace crackle when there's a timid knock. It's a message from Dawn Morgana. Forgive me, but I've been tasked with informing you that my master has now been gathering support and now claims the leadership of Britannia over her own. Seeing the rage blossom on Dominatrix's face, the messenger steps back trembling. If you refuse relinquish power, my master has many supporters prepared to seize power. I'm sorry, they will attack tonight unless you leave immediately. Oh, hell no. Get out of here, bro. I mean, that's my land. Bro, why are we in a civil war? Fortunately, we have the Chariots of Doom, which will be able to do a lot of damage. They'll go fight, and these levies can start sieging. They actually took most of my navy. Alright, so new ideas. Let's keep the morale. We can get civic ideas. National slave output plus 20%. Absolutely. And oratory ideas. Let's get that. Monthly corruption. We'll deserve a grand festival. We can't do that right now. I'm glad I didn't take the Chariots of Doom. We thought the Chariots of Doom were going to be the problem. So the way civil wars work is if he conquers a territory, you get to it immediately. And we have to root out every single person. Oh, no, we just took him out. Nice, because they're dead. We're forgiving, and so we're going to... All characters are going to be spared. Nice. All right, well, that works. So we finished the mission. So we're going to get 2 citizen pops with state and culture and 2 freeman pops. Excellent. Rise of Albion, tribal reform, Pearl of Britannia, Matter of Caledonia. These are all things we can now do. But chaps, I think that is where we're going to leave for today. How did we fare in general? We've got 533 pops. Rome has 2,000, 3,000. So we're not actually too far off of like places like Thrace. So we are definitely a regional power. There's no one around us that can compare until we hit Rome, in which case they're a lot larger. In terms of our monoculture, how did we get on? Icenian is, look at that. It's all over the place. We did very well there. 142 pops. Look. Oh, finally. It actually started to work. Fan colony. It actually started to work. That's so good. Look, and now 4 pops in Caledonia. 14 pops over here can be raised. All right. Excellent. So that worked really well. And look at that. So instead of being like 0.23 a month, it's now roughly 1% a month. That's amazing. So then they shift. Basically, yeah, that's gone really well. Well, chaps, that is Imperator Rome. That is Britannia. If you want to see more Imperator Rome, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and I'll be sure to get to it. Rule Britannia. Britannia rules the waves, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. My personal thanks to Aiden Clark, who is said to be 7 feet tall. Wright, who once killed a man with his bare thumb. Redguard76, whom I've been secretly in love with this entire time. And the Schmoobler, who needs no introduction. Also thanks to Crilly, Ghostwolf, and Jason White for being my Patreon supporters. Means a lot, guys.